Hello, students. This question is asking us to find the value of x. Okay, this is a box. It holds, it can be filled with something. They tell us that the volume, what will fill this box, is 350 cubic meters. Okay, because that's 14 m is for meters. What will fill it is going to be as cubic, because cubic is length times width times height. So to find the volume, we multiply the length times the width times the height of the three-dimensional figure. 3 dimensions, right? Okay, so we have 14 meters. Let's just say it doesn't matter which is the width, which is the length, which is the height. But let's say 14 is the length times x is the width times another x is the height. And that's going to equal 350 cubic meters. Now we could write it as cubic meters, or we could write it as CUM for meters, or we could write it as meters cubed. Any way that we do this is going to be correct. It's showing that that is the volume of this box. But now let's solve for x. Okay, so we've put all the pieces together. Length times width times height equals volume. If I multiply x times x, that's going to give me x squared. Okay, so x times x equals x to the second power. That power right there just means how many times I multiply this base times itself. I could say, what if I said 3 times 3? That's going to be 3 to the second power, okay, or 3 squared, we call it. X times x, x squared, or x to the second power. So let's write that. 14 times x squared equals 350. All right, our next step is we want to get that x isolated. We want to say x equals something. So I want to get rid of the numbers that are around the x. 14 is multiplying times the x. So if I want to get rid of 14, I can divide by 14, and 14 over 14 is 1. 1 times x squared is x squared, so it's out of there. If I divide by 14 on one side of the equal sign, though, I must do the exact same thing on the other side of the equal sign. So I have to divide by 14 over there also. So now bring down my x squared, and 350 divided by 14, and we've got a calculator. We can put it in our calculator. It's good to practice with this TI-30XS Multiview calculator. 350, here are our basic function keys, divided by 14, enter is our equal, and we get 25. Okay, so we know that x squared equals 25, but we want to know what x equals. In order to find what x equals, we have to find the square root of 25. Okay, so what number times itself will give us 25? We can find it on our calculator. In order to do it on the calculator, to find the square root, what number times itself will give us a number. hit your green second key, and here's your square root key right here above there, and you get your little checkbox symbol, the radical sign. Now we can put 25 inside that radical sign and scroll over to get out of it. Now hit enter, and we see that the square root of 25 is 5, because 5 times 5 equals 25. So x equals 5. 14 times 5 times 5 is going to equal 350 cubic meters. And let's just check it on our calculator. 14 times 5 times 5, enter. There's our 350 cubic meters. I hope this was helpful to you. I'll see you on the next video.